Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Zone. I'm your host, Jason Robinson. And in the Hot Zone today, we have got supermodel, businesswoman, and actress, Miss Beverly Johnson. We're going to speak to Beverly today about racism in the fashion industry, about police brutality in the African American community, and how she's coping with this COVID-19 pandemic. All that and more, so stay tuned because you're in the Hot Zone. And welcome back to the Hot Zone. We are joined by supermodel Beverly Johnson. When you hear about the killings of unarmed African-American men and women in the light of the George Floyd killing and Rayshard Brooks, what goes through your mind when you see tragedies and you hear of news of tragedies like this?
Well, it's heartbreaking. I don't even want to cry at this moment because you know, I'm a news junkie, and watching the news now is like watching a horror show. Right. It is literally, but it's real. Black Lives Matter, and it's right there in front of everyone's face, the whole world to see, you know, Black men and women being executed right in the street.
Yeah.
I worried for myself. I was stopped for 2.5 hours by the police in West Hollywood at midnight. I was all by myself. I was never so afraid in my life. They made me go around in the alley. And I was just, yes, officer, no, officer. I was just as cool, and I was just praying. And by the grace of God, they let me go. It was a mix-up with some kind of registration. He said, well, you have 2 cars? Because I had my other registration in this car. I said, yes, officer, I have 2 cars. Just for you? I said, yes, officer, just for you, just for me.
Yeah.
And people think that you're shielded behind some kind of celebrity thing. Hello. I made sure I didn't tell them who I was because I thought that would make it even worse. They wanted to bring me in. The officer said, well, you know, I'm going to, you know, let you go this time. I think I know what happened. You put this registration and your other registration is the other car. It's a problem. Yeah. And that's why I decided to come out to speak about the racism in the fashion industry, and because I think it's an opportunity.
You were the first Black model on the cover of Vogue magazine back in 1974, I believe.
Before you were born.
I'm a little older than you think.
Oh, no. Yeah.
My mama has good genes, so it's all good. Just like you, obviously. But you graced the cover of Vogue magazine back in 1974, but you still believe that the fashion industry still needs a lot of work when it comes to fighting racism. Why do you say that?
When Anna Wintour came out with her, Anna Wintour is the artistic board of Condé Nast. She's the most powerful woman or powerful person in fashion. And she's just said, oh, I'm sorry, I was intolerant. You know, there's not many Black people in Condé Nast. And it was kind of like a throwaway statement for me. I'm sure she was sincere. And I said that I just wanted to really be able to have a conversation with her and really to sit in the room with her to let her know that the systemic racism in the industry, in the management of the industry, in the board of directors, in the C-suites, the executives, you know, in the actual business, the models and all, you know, in the diversity of the models, that Black models that we see, and actors and musicians on the covers of magazines is wonderful.
Right.
But I'm talking about the economics.
Right.
Where the money is.
Yeah.
And that's where it's just a closed club. I can go down the list, you know, where the racism lied and where I didn't get equal pay, but I want an actionable solution.
Tell us, what is the Beverly Johnson rule all about?
In that, at least 2 Black professionals get a chance to be interviewed for any opening, whether it's the board of directors, C-suites, executives, to photographers, makeup artists. 2 people can interview, 2 Black professionals interview for those positions.
You have a memoir, The Face That Changed It All. Did you set out to be a trailblazer, or is it something that just happened? Because you definitely changed the face of the fashion industry.
I wanted to be a lawyer
Hmm.
because of what I saw in the 60s and in the civil rights marches.
Right.
Anyways, that's what I wanted to be, a lawyer. And long story short, I had this part-time job working in Boston as a swimming instructor, making $28 a week. And that was gone. And the girls from New York City, because it was in Boston, said, why don't you become a model? And I called that woman, and I was down that path.
Now, I know you're never supposed to ask a woman their age.
Don't do it then.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. But I just want to say, I tell you one thing. You are killing it, Beverly. You are making these young models look so bad. You are in amazing shape. You are so beautiful. What is your secret for staying so much in shape and keeping so beautiful? Like, what's your secret? Like, give us a sneak peek on this.
For me, I've done a lot of work, and people, internally in the way of, meditation, prayer,
Mm-hmm.
really, and also therapy, just really getting to know who I am and how I can make me the best me I can be. It comes from that end. It comes from inside,
Okay.
Begins there, and then I work to the outside.
Obviously, we've all been dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
How have you been surviving through this all? Are you healthy? Are you safe? How have you been dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic and the quarantine life?
The COVID was very interesting, a very interesting time of reflection for a lot of people. For myself, I'm an introvert. So I was like, yeah, I want to stay home and read. And then my daughter is a germophobic, so all the kids are like washing their hands. And
I'm like your daughter. Yeah.
Their little hands are raw. Come here.
Yeah, right.
So they're okay.
Okay.
And Brian, he's a workaholic, so he's working. This is his time. Too, in the financial world.
What have you and your partner Brian been doing to keep it fun and exciting? Has the quarantine life brought you guys closer together, or have you guys said to each other, I think I'm gonna need a little time downstairs in the basement or upstairs and get away from you? How has it worked for both of you guys?
We have a business coach.
Okay.
And also a life coach that we've been working with for years.
Yeah.
And we have all these things that we have to do, and we're miracle-minded people. I think we've gotten closer. What do you think, honey? He said, yes, but we got to do another interview. He said, yes, but we got to do another interview.
After the quarantine is officially over, where is the first place that you would like to go visit or go on vacation after the quarantine is over?
I hate to break this to you, Jason, but it's not going to be over.
Oh, oh gosh, you're right.
I hate to break it to you. There's going to be no stadiums, no nightclubs. Everybody's not for a while, for a few years. We have to develop a new normal. And what I want to do is that I want to bring people social distancing in my home and entertain in my home and build those relationships and fortify those relationships that, somehow you never have the time to do.
Best of luck to you, Beverly. And the Beverly Johnson rule is amazing. I wish you so much success with this. And I really hope that it does help to really help and fight against systemic racism. And I believe it will. And it's a great start. And it's so phenomenal that you thought about this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jason. I'm Beverly Johnson, and I'm in the hot zone.